It won't last. Look.
That's because I already did my 10,000 steps today.
Told you so.
Screw you, son. I'm going home.
Today's segment is pretty much talking about pick a struggle.
You'll pick a struggle.
Got to pick a struggle.
Gotta pick a struggle, bruh.
You need to pick the goddamn struggle.
You have more than 2 struggles. If you have 3, then that's it. It is over for you. You have to pick a struggle.
Okay, there we go. I was like, I'm over here really talking. Ain't got no mics on. What it do, home skillet biscuit?
Hey, y'all. Guess who here on time again?
Ray was a little early.
I was, y'all.
I thought I was having a stroke.
Maybe I'm going down at 30.
Why you be going down 30?
Full max. Because I'll be at Shamar house sometimes.
Oh, excuse me. No wonder why you be late.
No, I wish that was why I was late.
And be skipping through the parking lot.
Frolicking through the parking lot on my way to the door with my weave blowing in the wind.
What's going on, Deanna? Oh my goodness.
Hey,
Deanna, where you been? Where was you on Thanksgiving?
What was your antennas?
Right. Where was your gluteus maximus? I really don't like this watermelon tea. Well, ain't that I don't like it, ain't sweet enough for me.
Because you're a southerner. You like that sweet tea.
Right. I don't like sweet tea.
I don't either.
Sweet tea is so disgusting.
It's thick. I'm not sure what's going on with it. Let me see. Okay, watermelon tea.
You was working? I had to work too. I had to work that night. Well, it's refreshing.
It's certainly watermelon. Right. That.
Yeah, because they don't add anything. They just straight from the fruit.
I love it. I love it. That's how I like my stuff.
You gotta try the apple juice. The apple juice.
Bussin'. Like
It's
the kids say, bussin'.
Is that what they say now?
Yeah.
Bitch, I'm still saying lit.
It's bussin'. Ooh, mama, it's bussin'.
Just tell me you cooking and I'll be there. Girl, Thanksgiving was a week ago. I'm done cooking.
Girl, she ain't say nothing about Thanksgiving. She just said, tell her you cooking.
Right.
You say for no occasion. You just say the cooking is happening. She coming.
Right. Oh, snap. How was your week?
My week was all right. It was like fast. Like it went by pretty fast.
It really did. I don't know what happened. I think because I was off in the week, during the week, like the weekdays. I was off. I think that's what makes the week kind of go by fast.
You think so?
I think.
Well, that could be what it was. It just feel like it flew by for me.
Yeah.
I mean, it was already going fast anyway. We already in freaking December.
Right, child. Oh my goodness. Next thing you know,
coming up on
it'll be 2030.
I'm telling you. For real.
No, I was watching Our Robot the other day. And the year was 2035. I was like, that's not too far
away from us.
No.
We right there at 2030.
But I was like, I wonder if we're going to have them robots and shit trying to kill us.
I see it happening. I do.
Right, they already reproducing.
Child.
I didn't get to read into the article, but I was like, I'm going to have to, because it was so ticky.
Yeah, I know. The article was very ticky.
I got to be sober. I gotta be sober.
Comprehend. Are you gonna read the same sentence about 5 times? Let me start over. I'm gonna get it this time.
Right. So like I know I just read that line.
Yeah, it was very techy, but it's interesting and do look like it's something that's gonna happen in the near future.
Mm-hmm. But they got like hover cars and shit. We ain't got. You think that much can change in what? How many years we got? We got like 13 years.
Hell yeah! Look at that from the time I was born in the top of the 80s till now. Cell phones, everything that we used back then is outdated.
Right.
Nobody don't got no home phone. Don't nobody, have an answering machine.
I saw a picture the other day where someone was like, "Oh, landline is back," and they had a phone, and it looked like one of those, like an office phone, but the screen looks like like a tablet.
Oh,
it was.
See, I use one. Well, no, not really. They don't make me happy. I want to go back to landlines though.
I do too.
Because I get tired of people
I still got a phone jack, but I can't use it because the damn apartment people painted over it.
Swipe. They don't need this shit anymore.
Right.
You don't leave it up there for decorations if you want to, put some glitter on.
Right.
It.
Like when I went to AT&T and I had, because I wanted to get a house phone, and they was like, "Well, you got to have internet," and I was like, "Since the fuck when?"
They are not running lines through them no more.
No.
You put it in the back of your modem. You plug your phone into the back of your modem.
Oh, on back of that one I can. Yeah.
If you got the port, you should have the port on the back.
Yeah, it does.
And then you can. Well, if you pay for the service, then you can get your home.
Oh, I can't just buy a phone and just plug it in there. You think I can without them knowing?
Try it. See if they let you do it. But if they ain't activated it, then probably not. But yeah,
because I remember back then you just bought a phone, plug in the wall, and then you call somebody be like, "This is my new number."
Right. You got caller's ID. Right. You got star 67.
Girl, what number popped up?
Right. So I know my phone number. It's the ghetto for me.
And then I was watching an episode of Maude where they call the operator.
Oh my god!
And be like, "Can you tell me my phone number?"
Oh, I thought you was going to. Well, mine.
That was. Old.
Yeah, I was going to say something else.
What?
When they had the operator, can you please connect me to 017?
Right there,
or whatever the address was. Yes, I'm trying to reach us.
The Sterlings.
Yes. Is she in today? Can you please connect me to her?
Right. To the Sterling residence, please.
They were the good old days.
Right.
Even though we weren't around for those, but we still seen them in the movies.
No, but still, you can still because I remember. Well, I remember going through the phone book.
Oh my god, yellow page. Oh, white pages was for
residential. Yeah,
and yellow was for business.
Yeah, I remember that.
Ass phone books I had to sit on. When I was getting my hair pressed on Sunday, and on Saturday because I had to go to church on Sunday, get your hair pressed. Sit on these phone books. Mama put a towel on and be cutting the hell out of the back of my legs. But then once we get over there,
that is too fun. But I remember dialing for the movie theater. I forgot what the number was.
The movie line.
Yeah.
Damn, I'm finna look that up. That is classic. I forgot all about the movie line.
I would call it either the movie line or you call the theater, and the theater will they have an operator telling the movies press 1 for the Matrix or whatever was out. And then you sit there and listen to all the times, and be like, okay, I'm gonna go to that one.
Right, movie phone. That's what movie phone. Yeah.
Or I still remember going through the newspaper.
Oh yeah, the newspaper had the thing.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh my goodness, y'all. We is old. That's all right though.
Right, but my week was all right. Yeah.
You said that like it wasn't really all right.
It was.
Okay.
I slept a lot. I slept 2 days straight.
You must have needed that rest. Because if you sleep that long, your body needs it. You gotta need it.
I slept 2 days. Like I would go to work and then I come home and I just slept until it was time to go back to work.
I wish I could do that. I do. I really do. I wish I could just sleep and leave me alone and don't nothing. Well, here pretty soon I'll be able to do that. But your body must have needed that rest. Really did. That's good. Did you feel refreshed when you?
Yeah,
that's good.
Just like that, because I think I went to bed today like around 7 a.m.
What time do you get off?
Like 2 something, like close to 3.
Oh, you have to unwind. You can't go straight to sleep.
No.
Shit, I can't, baby. I hit the bed as soon as I hit the door. Shoot, baby, I be out like a light.
Because this is what I do. Because I get off work, come home, and I sit in the car for like 5 minutes for some odd reason.
No, you gotta unpack.
I know, but I don't need to be doing that because I'm already okay. Because this is what I do. Because I've been listening to Dateline. I've been listening to Dateline, and now I'm like nervous. So I'm just watching everybody. Make sure nobody come. You right. And so then I come home at night, ain't nobody outside. So I'm just like, why am I sitting in the car listening to murder mysteries?
Because it's interesting. Yeah. But at the same time, I do that too when it's a good song on and I'm trying to listen to, or if I'm looking at something like a murder mystery or something. But I do the same thing and be watching.
Right. Let me make sure my door's alive.
Right. Where they finna go? Somebody walk up, click. They probably be like, I don't want you.
You can hear from outside.
I know.
Look at this bitch, she's locking up.
Well, you too.
Right. Oh my goodness. But yeah, I really didn't do nothing. Which is sad.
Why is that sad?
Because I've been having stuff to do. I think so last night, because I try to do all my errands and like stuff around the house during the work week. Yeah. So on my days off, I really ain't got to do nothing.
Right.
And so last night I had went through a whole bunch of mail.
Mm-hmm.
Because I have a whole bunch of mail and it was in my car and I had got my car detailed. Mm-hmm. And so, of course, I had to empty all the stuff out. And I had a basket full, like a laundry basket full of mail.
Damn.
There it is right there.
How did it fit in your mailbox? That's a lot of mail, y'all. That's a lot of mail. How did that fit in your mail? Oh, you just get it out the mailbox and throw it in?
Yeah, just throw it in the car. It was all in the glove compartment and the little cubby thing on the door.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Between the seats.
On
the back seat.
Right.
Mm-hmm. They be sending me emails from my apartments.
What?
Check your mailbox. Because mine's be packed to the rim.
See, I told you our mailboxes, they so raggedy. We got to pick our mail up at the post office. Yeah.
At the post office?
Yes.
It's the ghetto for me.
Like, I never thought I'd be doing this.
No, that's all right. Ain't nothing wrong going to the post office. Getting your mail.
Right, I actually like it. This is one post office though. This is one lady. I'm gonna have to go and see if she's still there because I used to write my dad, and write people in jail. Mm-hmm. And I would go to the post office. It was a different one to get an envelope, and it was this one woman. She was just mean as hell, but I liked her.
Why?
She was mean to other people. She wasn't mean to me.
Oh, okay.
She was sitting there telling people, "Look, you supposed to mail it this way. Mm-hmm. You need to have this on there and that on there." Well, I don't care.
Right.
You need to do it this way. And they be sitting there looking at her, and she was black too. And so I went up to her, I was like, girl, that's just too far. She was like, white people, they don't like, especially when you a black woman, they don't like to be told what to do by us.
So she was taking full advantage of her position.
Right. Okay. Let's get into some of this bullshit that's been happening. Where you want to start? Where you want to start?
Child, at the beginning.
What the hell is the beginning?
At the beginning of the bullshit.
Let's go to our website. So if y'all don't know by now, we have a website and raw. If you want to look to see what we're going to be talking about, just go to our website, and it's at picklestruggle2020.wixsite.com. Oh, excuse me.
And y'all better come on now. Sure.
Right. I see sometimes we'll have like a few people because it'll tell us like how many people viewed it. Mm-hmm. So we got a few people coming to the website.
Well, we appreciate y'all.
Right. I guess we'll start with this damn New York Times article. Let's click on that. Thank God for Wi-Fi.
Right. It saves lives.
Right. So several North Texas cities are listed as best places to live in the U.S. in this New York Times article. This was so stupid. So
why you say it's stupid?
Why us?
Because Texas is a good place to live and to raise a family. I would say that. I second that notion. But they need to quit coming down here and taking up all our space. That's all I'm saying.
I'm getting tired of the traffic and everything.
Me too.
So this guy named I hope I'm saying his name right. Farhad. Mm-hmm. Farhad is right there. Farhad wrote an article on why everybody's moving to Texas and why wait, what the hell did I say?
Farhad.
Yeah, Farhad wrote an article on why everybody's moving to Texas, and this is why North Texas is becoming a suckier place to live. So, in the article, he says that cost of living, jobs, racial diversity, and because we're the least likely place to experience climate change.
That wasn't the case earlier this year.
But it just gets hot.
Yeah.
It's not like living in California where there's a whole bunch of fires, mm-hmm. or living on the East Coast, or even further down south where there's all the hurricanes and shit.
Right, that's true.
Yeah.
We get them tornadoes though. Well, we don't get them like that though. I mean, they be coming through.
Do we get any this year?
I don't think so. We was too busy wrapped up in that damn ice. We couldn't get no tornado.
Oh, could you imagine
a tornado in the ice storm?
A snow tornado?
Oh my goodness. We were like Dorothy and the Wizard of Oz.
Right. Or what was that movie? Day After Tomorrow?
I ain't never seen that one.
You ain't never seen Day After Tomorrow? That is a good movie.
How old is it?
Very.
Is it like a black and white old?
No, it's when did that movie came out? It came out when I was a kid because I remember watching it. In 2004.
Day After Tomorrow. I ain't never.
With Dennis Quaid.
Oh, okay, yeah. Was it about a It was about a tornado. Was he?
No,
that wasn't the one.
It was about climate change and his son was Jake Gyllenhaal, the dude from Brokeback Mountain, and they had this storm, and it was like the East Coast had iced over, and Dennis Quaid got to get to his son.
It sounds familiar, but it sounds like another movie I'm thinking about.
Any other damn disaster movie?
Yeah, they all the same. They pretty much all the damn same.
Like 2012, they all the same. Hell, if I'm not mistaken, I think they were made by the same person.
Probably were. He got a one-track mind.
Right. But what the hell? But yeah, I could only imagine.
So they saying that we don't experience climate change.
Yeah, not that bad.
Right. Well, we only do have 2 seasons. You hot or cold.
Right.
Hot or cool. Not even cold, cool.
Right.
Put your little sweat on your arms. That's all you need.
Right. But he listed Edgecliff Village. You ever heard of Edgecliff Village?
Is that Dallas?
Girl, don't give me the line. I've never heard of it. You sleepy already?
No, yawning don't mean you sleepy. I don't know why I be yawning.
It says a town in Texas, but I don't know where it's at. Let me look. Let's look on our Google Maps. I was over there off of 20 in Fort Worth.
Oh, so that's one of the best places to live in Texas?
Yeah, he had Edgecliff Village, Garland, Euless, Plano, Cedar Hill, DeSoto, Mesquite, Grand Prairie, Allen, and McKinney.
Okay. I can go with that. I don't know too much about Garland.
Me neither.
McKinney is a really good place to live. I do know that. I like McKinney. And Plano. Grand Prairie. Yeah. Grand Prairie has one of the best school districts in the world.
I think it was Arlington.
You think Arlington what?
Has the best school district?
I think it's Grand Prairie, from what I remember reading.
Mm.
But it could be one of they right down the street from each other.
Right next door.
Yeah. Either way.
And then come to find out, so those are the best places to live. If it's bad enough, everybody and their mama's coming down here. Joe Rogan then Elon Musk then moved his company over here. They said like damn near 700,000 Californians have moved here in the past 10 years.
Wow. You know what? The only thing that I don't like about people that move from another state to Texas, they always be talking about how good their state is. In California, we got this, and this way, and here we got that. We're going back over there.
Right.
Don't come down here talking about what we ain't got and what y'all got, because y'all came down here for a reason.
Exactly.
We ain't come over there where you at.
Right.
Leave us alone.
But the thing is, the things that he said the things that he said that's making these cities sound good, it ain't gonna be good for too long if everybody's moving in.
Exactly.
And then the fact that he focused this on like one area. This is all this Dallas Fort Worth.
Yeah,
this
North
is
Texas. What about Houston and San Antonio? Austin?
Right. Yeah. They
Texas.
on the wall. Houston get hurricanes.
Oh, so he just basing it off the climate when it comes to the best places to live in North Texas. Okay. Yeah. Okay, I see where he's going with it, but at the same time,
move to the country. Do something else. Don't just move to Dallas Fort Worth. We got enough traffic as it is.
Yes, don't be bunching up over here.
Right.
Texas is huge. You could fit another state in Texas and still have room.
Several.
Yeah, going over there.
Right.
Shoot.
Like the West. Going to the West.
To the Panhandle. Right. At that point.
That little half square that's touching Oklahoma.
Going up there. Leave us be in North Texas. We good over here.
Right. But I put in the article that new apartments and houses are being built quickly and shoddy. Mm-hmm. This is this one man I picked up when I was driving for Uber. He had bought, that Viridian area that's over there off of Collins.
Yeah.
they just built those houses, and he said he already has foundation problems.
Oh yeah, I could believe that. They probably not putting them down right at the beginning.
No,
and so they throwing them up like
right. And because I didn't realize this, because my mom told me about this, because when we had got a house, you know, we was having cracks and stuff, and then, you know, the floor sinking in here and there. Mm-hmm. And I was like, what the hell? And she was like, it's the foundation. Well, it's the ground, period.
Yeah, yeah.
And this other woman I talked to, she was like, yeah, the ground moves when it's hot and it's cold. And since we got, our weather fluctuates from day-to-day basis, the ground is constantly moving, so you will always have foundation problems.
Mm-hmm. That's one. But that's like you just said, if everybody start coming here, then it ain't gonna be one of the best places to live. And then it drives up the cost of living for us, because the demand
is so high. And then they building just random ass apartments. Like, I was so mad when they tore down. What, did they tear down the library to build some apartments in downtown Arlington?
No, the main library is still down there, but they put apartments.
They
around
moved it.
Further
they moved
down.
It too. Yeah.
But they did throw some apartments up around it.
Yeah.
So you can't even really tell which one is the library, because you got the library, then you got these big old apartments. Right. You're like, what happened to the Walgreens? I know it was a pharmacy over there.
And stuff is just changing. They building bike lanes, and I'm just waiting to run over somebody. I ain't fixed my bumper yet, because I want people to know I am not scared to hit you.
Right. So get on out the way. Get up out the way. I know, man. And like on the corner over there on Beltline and Grand Prairie, on Beltline, and I can't remember the cross street, but there was like a little bit of space that on the corner that you really can't fit much into, right?
Yeah.
They threw up some apartments up there, and I don't know. They put them apartments up, I say, in 3 months,
right?
Because I seen them over there with their the little stuff to build and all that. Baby, like 3 months later, them apartments was fully put up, and people were moving into them.
Right. I've heard of some people like renting apartments before they even finish.
Yeah, you can if you find out about it.
And then I remember. Like, okay, so they're building apartments off of 360, which is perfectly fine, because 360 does have, you know, a lot of open space.
Yeah, it is.
But then next, you know, you got to fix the highway, because you got to accommodate for the traffic, just like 820 and 35 in Fort Worth, like close to Saginaw. In that area, they've been working on 820 for the longest.
Sound like 183.
That's what 183 turns into.
What, 820?
Yeah.
Really?
When you keep going down towards the Fort Worth area, it changes to 820.
Yeah.
And it's only 2 lanes with the fucking express lane. The NTAA making so much damn money.
And everything is a toll road now.
Yeah.
Like, you don't even know when you're on the toll road until you get your bill. You be like, I know that. Oh, I was supposed to exit right there. I was supposed to exit. Okay.
No, I know now. They told me if we catch you on the toll one more time, we're going to tow your car.
Damn. You want me to pay
No. Yeah, I got a whole new car, because I was like, I'm not going to pay them.
Why you getting car to make arrangements? You get them $20, they'll take off.
I'm not going to pay them.
Why? It's not. It really ain't fair.
No.
It really not.
Child, one time I was riding down, it was saying $20.
For just to go on the toll?
Yes.
Oh, no, baby. No.
I was like, what the hell?
I'll pay my $1. And it'd be so uneven, 163.75. Like, it'd be some weird number.
Because I think, like, if you have a toll tag, it's cheaper than just regular.
It is, yeah.
But it is just so stupid. But ever since that shit happened when we had iced over, and that shit happened on 35,
you be going on the
I'm good. I am so good.
I'm gonna give me a little toe tag. I had one in my
that accident was horrible. I remember riding down 35 on a regular highway, and you could still see like the marks
from everybody sliding.
Yeah.
Man, when I saw that on the news, I was like, in my head, it looked like them people wasn't even trying to stop. But I talked to a friend that normally drives on ice, and they were telling me that you can't do nothing when you're on that ice and you sliding.
But it's like, why was they driving so fast? It
did. He was telling me that when you hit the ice, you just start rolling in your car, whatever you're going. That's how fast you're gonna keep going until you smack. And they was just, baby, I was so that gave me anxiety when I seen that. I said no, I cannot. That's why I take a lot of back roads. I don't get on the freeway that much.
Right.
Because I ain't got time.
No.
I was driving on the freeway this morning. Somebody, a bale of hay fell off somebody's truck.
Only in Texas.
I know.
But yeah, and then, more people that's moved here, the traffic's going to get bad. Cost of living is going to go up. It is already.
Yeah, it really has.
Some people got to work 2 jobs just to maintain a 1-bedroom apartment. Because they want you to make 3 times the rent.
Yeah. Maintain it and eat and everything else. Have a car. In Texas, you got to have a car. I mean, you just got to. There ain't no way around it.
This one guy I know in Texas, Jesus, no shit. In Dallas. He takes the public transportation. Which is why I hate that they don't have it in Arlington.
But then he can only go to Dallas or the places that got it.
Well, they have it to where they connect Dallas and Fort Worth.
Oh, okay.
the train,
the train, the dark rail or whatever it's called.
Whatever. But you can do that, but yeah, you got to have a car.
You really do.
When I was in Arkansas, I walked to everywhere.
Yeah, I know a lot of states you can walk, or like in the
or take the bus.
States, yeah, up in the eastern states, they can, they host livelihood is built off of using public transportation.
Now, I would not mind moving there. Well, Dallas, period, because Dallas is like that. It's kind of like the New York City of Texas, where they have public transportation. It's like you really don't need a car,
right?
If you know how to work the bus station and the railway station.
I don't know.
But then I did see a big ass rat last night when I was leaving home. But
and you're gonna see all of them every day. Now in New York, it's full of. Every rat that ever lived in New York right now. They going to New York just like everybody else going there. I'm on them up there.
Right. But yeah, leaving my job, I have to drive under the train. And I was coming up to a light, and I was like, I'm thinking it was a leaf. I'm like, oh, what is that? And then it was like stopping and going stop. I was like, bitch, that's a rat.
A rat? How big was it?
Girl, any rat is a big rat. Any rat is a big rat.
I heard some of them rats be big as cats, like baby cat, like kittens.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
Child. If they ain't got on white gloves and work at Disneyland, I can't do it.
It ain't Mr. Mickey or Miss Minnie. It's gonna be a problem.
No. But we'll see coming up in future years. Yeah. How this shit gonna happen? Because I remember talking to my mom. She was saying she wanted to move out of Arlington because it was getting so crowded.
Yeah. I can see myself moving to another city in Texas or a town, but I don't see myself going to another state. Not right now.
Right. I can see myself going to Mansfield because Mansfield has 287 and 360. That area has a lot of open fields, so they're going to be building some stuff out there. So. A new place, where they're just not building. I can go out there, but no, I don't want to go to an existing place where there's already.
I can see myself going to Midlothian or
that's over in that area.
Even further out that way. I can see that.
Right, but unless they have jobs out there, you're just gonna be commuting hella far.
Yeah, and that's the thing. That's the downside of it. The commute for to your job, and they don't be having no local stores, like grocery stores. You have to go way to another town to get to the grocery store.
And that's what they're doing at Viridian. Well, they making sure that the people who live there can get to a grocery store because they built like a strip and shit. Across from the neighborhood. So that people can just walk across the street and just go to the store.
Quit making it convenient for these folks, because that's why they keep coming down here. Shoot, make it hard on them so they can be like, you know what, it's too much work.
Right. Anywho, what else been going on? Let's go big. Let us all go back.
This week been kind of quiet compared to the previous weeks that we done had stories.
Let's talk about Gladys' name.
Gladys.
Is that a song?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I didn't know.
You don't remember that song? You know that song?
No.
I forget the name of it.
Child, I only know 2 Gladys songs.
Which one?
No, I know 3. My Imagination.
Okay.
Neither one of us want to say goodbye. If I Was Your Woman.
If I Was Your Woman.
Right. Okay, and then Midnight Train to Georgia.
Okay, I finna say, what about the Midnight Train? But that's with the Pips. But yeah. Well, I mean, all her songs are with them.
Right.
The Pips.
So Gladys Knight's son was sentenced 2 years in prison.
What he done did?
Tax fraud, child.
Mm.
You know, Wesley Snipes ain't taught these people nothing.
Okay, they didn't learn from Wesley. Y'all didn't learn from Nino Brown.
No, you. I'm gonna have to rewatch that movie. I actually like that movie.
Oh yeah, New Jack City. Oh yes, baby, that is Pookie be calling me. He be calling me. Pookie up there with that crack pipe.
Oh my goodness. So, give me 2 seconds. So,
Gladys looking nice in that picture though. That's a good picture of Gladys.
I know, but I think that was years ago.
Oh,
I think this is when they was actually friends.
Oh, okay. Well, that's her son.
Yeah, that's her son.
Oh, they don't like it. They got a strained relationship.
Child.
Do they?
So this what happened. So back in the day, Shanga, I think that's how you pronounce his name. Shanga.
What's her name?
I don't know. I have no idea.
She is out of her mind for that.
Right. So that's the son of Gladys Knight from her second marriage to Barry Hankerson. I did not know Gladys was married 4 times.
I didn't know either.
Me neither.
I ain't follow her like that.
The husband she got now is 12 years younger than her.
Well,
go ahead, Gladys.
I'm about to get me one of them young ones.
Right. But listen, this is where the story gets weird before we get to the actual story. So Shanga Hankerson is, like I said, the son of from her second marriage to Barry Hankerson, who was the uncle to Aaliyah, who introduced her to R. Kelly.
Okay, so boop boop boop. So Barry Hankerson was Aaliyah's uncle.
Yeah.
And that's the one
who introduced her.
That's why that name sounds familiar to me. I'm like, I've heard this Hankerson name.
But yeah, and he's managed a few people. I think he managed Tony Braxton at one point in time.
You know what? I do remember hearing that Gladys Knight and Leah had some type of
I knew that
connection.
Yeah, I knew that, but I didn't know how.
Right.
Until I read this article, and I was like, oh, well, not reading this article. It was me doing my whole little research. Right. Like, okay, well, who are these husbands she done had?
Right.
Okay, who's Barry? Oh, that's Aaliyah's uncle. I'm like, oh, okay. So, excuse me. So Shanga had opened up some chicken and waffles restaurant using Gladys Knight's name and Ron Winans' name. From the Winans.
Okay.
And I'm just like, oh, everybody's just so connected. And so he used their name and then refused to pay payroll taxes.
Oh.
Yeah, and they arrested him in 2016. And then now, they actually, went through the whole trial and sentenced him 2 years. 1 year being supervised release.
Oh, so he in jail.
Right.
He got an ankle bracelet on.
Right. So I don't know what's going to come first. I guess he actually because the shit that he was doing is like, it's federal.
Yeah.
So I guess he'll be in federal prison. But I was told that federal prison is better.
It is. It's easier.
Regular prison.
Yeah, it's easier. Because most of the time, they're not violent crimes. So they ain't that hard on you. It's kind of like
white collar.
Yeah, white collar crimes. There you go. Didn't Martha Stewart go to a federal prison?
I want to say,
yeah, she did. But they kept talking about she was at a camp. But if you look at Orange is the New Black, that's a camp. Have you ever seen that show?
No, I've never. I couldn't get into it. I don't like lesbians like that.
They had backstories, but yeah, I got you. But that was a camp that they were at, which is they have guards and stuff like that, but they real relaxed.
Yeah,
like they don't even lock the door. You can just not really can walk out, but it's not that tight.
Yeah, it's not no maximum security.
Right. Yeah, it ain't no Rikers Island.
Right. But and he also has to pay $1,039,310.65.
Okay, he got to do that, and he got to go to jail.
Yeah.
Why can't he do one or the other? What about time served?
Time served ain't got nothing to do with money.
Oh, I thought it did. When you go to jail for a ticket,
that's for regular criminals.
Oh, okay.
The ones that they use slavery on.
Yeah, the ones that be making them
Yeah,
like
the private prisons and shit.
They be
Yeah,
getting made 2 cents a minute.
yeah,
Per hour.
right.
That's just a terrible shame.
But no, yeah, he has to pay that money and has to, I guess, at least do 1 year in an actual prison.
So 1 year he can be on house arrest, and the other year he has to actually be in prison. Okay,
and then pay this money back.
Well, he ain't gonna probably pay that money back, but he gonna have a lot of
I wonder,
a lot of what's the community service to do.
I wonder.
He ain't gonna be able to pay no
he can build a whole church with that money.
That's what I'm saying. That money, if he ain't pay it, then how he got it?
Not a church, a cathedral.
For real, shoot. You can build a potter's house,
right?
Or Joel.
Girl, shut up. Okay, let's see. She brought it up. We're gonna get into that. Brought up Joel Osteen, but yeah, okay. So they said that. So you open a restaurant, and he has stole like $650,000 in sales, and was using that money for drugs and sex parties.
Oh wow! Is he gay?
He got to be with hips like that. You see that?
You know them hips don't lie.
Right. Hips and titties. Got hips and titties.
He built like his mama. How she was built in the 80s. He built just like Gladys. Hey, Sister Gladys. That's Sister Knight.
You stupid. And yeah, so the restaurant started failing, and then Gladys had to sue him to remove her from the restaurant.
Oh wow! So she don't
she really don't fuck with him like that. Yeah. But I had asked, I was like, is she using that versus money she got to pay?
Hell no, that's his taxes. She ain't finna help him out in one bit.
She was like, I pay for the lawyer.
Yeah. You ain't getting 1 cent from it. And no, you can't do your time at my house. You know,
right.
You
cannot be released
to
my house now.
Do not use my address. You better go on one of them halfway. You done done enough damage.
Right.
That makes me think of you remember that show they had on the E Network about the black people. They had a restaurant and he was doing a lot of That reminds me of
Sweetie Pie.
Sweetie Pie, yeah.
But no, he was
killing people though.
Girl, his own family.
Mm-hmm. He could have his nephew. Yeah. I'm
so glad he in jail.
Baby, that greed take hold of you.
And he got hips too. He got hips for days.
The hips don't lie. You heard
he got them birthing hips.
Okay, you look like you done had about 5-6 of them. Let me say your hips spread every time you have a baby. You be all out there.
You is ridiculous. Right, when she pregnant, you pregnant too.
Okay. Oh, he's pregnant. His hips.
Oh yeah, I did say I was like, but he's still not as bad as Robbie's son from Sweetie Pie.
That is a terrible mess right there.
Yeah, like how do you you pull out? Not pull you. You put his name on all these. What does it call it? Insurance policies, and then you set the whole thing up to murder him.
Yeah, to get the insurance money.
To
pay back some shit you did with the restaurant.
Yeah,
it ain't, baby. It's not.
It's
so basically, right. So basically, his nephew's life didn't mean shit to him, and I'm sure he raised that boy.
Yeah, because the daddy got shot, was murdered. Yeah. How do you do that?
You got to be a heartless person to be able to take your own family member's life or even set them up to be hurt or killed or whatever. That's terrible. That's very terrible.
So sad. But since
well, I hope Mr. Shanga, I hope he do his time and
added a whole nother damn syllable. Let me turn this air off before I start sweating.
Okay. Well, I hope he do his time, get on out, and get his life together.
Right. Hopefully, he, make some friends, have a boyfriend.
He gonna get him a.
Because with sex parties, you never gay people.
Yeah, he gonna have him a man. He gonna have him a husband in there. He gonna have him a husband. He ain't even mad about going to jail. He like, I gonna do my time.
Right.
Well, hell,
he been in jail for the past 5 years.
Yeah, he don't mind
waiting on his trial.
I do my time.
Right, but let's go and get into Joel Osteen ass. This story was hilarious to me. Joe.
What's the name of his church?
Sundance. It's New Life, New Hope.
I think it's New Hope. I think it is a New Hope. Well, you so silly.
No, because it's a song. It's New Life, New Hope. It's a song, but I can't think of the damn name. Let me see. I think I wrote it in the article.
Why is those Osteen looking more Asian every year?
Right. Anywho, so girl, this is too funny. So I wrote in the article. We were told that God works in mysterious ways, but not this damn mysterious. So back in 2014, there was about $600,000 missing over a weekend that the church collected from members and donors. Can you imagine?
That's that money he got to help them FEMA victims that he didn't want to help.
Right, but $600 over a weekend? Yes,
that's a multi-million-dollar church.
That is a lot.
That's on the low end. I'm sure he probably was like, "That's all we got."
Right.
And the wife was like, "We couldn't do better, y'all. Did y'all have a collection plate going around side the bed? Did y'all do online collections plates too?"
Right. And it was told that someone got into the safe from Sunday afternoon and Monday morning. Between those times, someone got into the safe and stole that money. Houston police is still investigating at this time. Mind you, this was 2014. Crime Stoppers called themselves offering a $25,000 reward for information leading to the arrest and conviction of the suspect. Obviously, they ain't found nobody.
Right.
So fast forward to a few days ago, maybe like close to a week ago, Justin, who was the plumber, was working on the toilet in the mega church and had to remove the toilet and go into the wall. It was leaking. It was doing something.
It was rocking, I think. It was unsturdy or something.
Yeah. Had to, go into the wall, remove the insulation, and found hundreds of envelopes with cash in them. I want to say they said like 300 envelopes. That was
3,000.
Is that what it said?
3,000.
3,000? And there's no specific amount of how much money was in them, but people are saying that was probably the money that was missing back in 2014.
Mm-hmm. And let me get the correction on that, because I think it said 3,000 envelopes. And that, first of all, let me just go ahead and pick this story apart. Why the hell you make the article and y'all are talking about some Justin? What's the last name? I need the real deal.
You talking about me?
No, him in the article that we found. Justin. Girl. Justin found the money.
Girl, he probably trying to hide. They probably
First of all, okay, so let's say the toilet was rocking or leaking. They need to fix it. Who in their right mind gonna steal $600,000 of the church's money and put it in the church? Take that money somewhere outside the church.
You ain't never watched Set It Off?
Yeah, they hid the money where they
was cleaning. Yeah, so it had to be somebody who worked there.
Baby.
I don't think it was Joel Osteen.
You don't think it was Joel?
No, he don't even got to pay, because I was gonna go into how churches don't pay taxes. So he has no reason to steal it.
Right. Okay, so yeah.
It had to be an inside job. It had to be somebody working that don't make that much.
Them kids. Anyway, they said once he removed the installation, he discovered about 3,000 envelopes full of checks. Some had cash in it. Justin said he called the church's maintenance supervisor and had to stay at the church for almost 7 hours. And so they investigated whatever.
Yeah, because the police had came and all that stuff.
Baby, y'all ain't finna have me up here in no 7 hours waiting on y'all to talk about what y'all need to talk about. Y'all let me go.
You know they didn't reward him with anything?
Yeah, I read that they didn't reward him with the $25,000 reward money.
Well, because the $25,000 was if you find the person who did it, not if you find the money.
Oh, well, y'all need to put that in the big
fine print.
Yes. Not even in the fine print, in the big bold letters, because if I find the money and I ain't finna get no compensation for it, that's my money. I found it. Finders keeper.
Losers weepers. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, I hope he pocketed some of that money.
Maybe I would have been like, damn.
Like, fuck them checks, but I take the cash.
You heard me? You can't trace
it. Be all in my toolbox.
All in my drawer.
Right.
In the bottom of my shoe. Baby, I'll come out of that mug 300 pounds. Shoot, they be like, you didn't put on all
So just like say that you done picked on some weight.
Okay.
Well, I've been sitting there for 7 hours. You know, I had several Subway sandwiches.
Right.
They fed me McDonald's. I don't know. Yeah, I hope he pocketed some of that money. Stealing from the rich ain't that bad. That's why I don't get mad when people, steal from Walmart or steal from grocery stores.
Right.
Like, yeah, stealing from the rich ain't bad.
Mm-hmm.
Robin Hood did it. He'll be, he'll be all right.
Yeah, I hope he did pocket some of that money. But my opinion on the story, I really do feel like that Joel Osteen maybe didn't do it himself, but he knew where that money was at.
You think so?
Yeah, like, or one of them deacons, or the wife, or one of the kids. That oldest boy is he older now. He a preacher too, so they all. I'm sure they all know the number to that safe. The not the number, but the
combination.
Code,
yeah, you had a number.
But why not put that money in the bank? Why keep it in a safe at the church?
Oh, well, it was over the weekend.
Oh, the bank was closed.
Yeah, it was Sunday.
Somebody knew that. Somebody was like, that
yeah, it had to be.
Mm-hmm.
Child, one of the people that count the money. I remember when I worked for Salvation Army.
Mm-hmm.
For a little while. I didn't work everywhere. I was working for Salvation.
You really have. You really have. I done had 4 jobs. You done had 24. So you done quadrupled me.
I got so many stories. So I was working for Salvation Army,
mm-hmm.
and they ran the church.
Mm-hmm.
that we were okay. So my job was because I was working there during the holiday season. So my job was to pick up and drop off the people who collect the money. And so one day I had worked in the morning, like dropping them off, mm-hmm. and then they were like, "No, what happened?" I'm sorry, I can't remember exactly what happened, but they needed help counting the money.
Okay.
And so, Chad, when I tell you, it really did feel like New Jack City.
Yeah.
Them people was watching you.
Was they in there with they bucket with the titties?
Yeah, all them old ass people. I was the youngest one there. All them old ass people, titties out, saggy balls.
That we finna make sure you ain't putting nothing nowhere.
Right. Old men had their trusts out. Like it was.
It was a show for you. It was a show.
But yeah, they were sitting there watching. We sitting there counting the money. You had to stack it a certain way. Count a certain amount. But I can only that's what I can picture. That This is what happened.
Yeah.
But I think it was several people for it to be so much money.
Yeah. Yeah.
To where they all collectively was like, "Fuck Joe." we
didn't get no Christmas bonus. Y'all remember? Y'all remember when we asked for a holiday party and a bonus? Yeah. And he said, "If the Lord say so," and then the Lord didn't say nothing to him. And so, let's get our bonus now. He ain't put it in the church. The shaky toilet in the woman's restroom.
Yes.
We can just knock the bottom of the towel out and push it in there. Ain't nobody gonna find it.
Right.
Yeah. But I mean, it had to be a number of people, like you said, because 3,000 envelopes. Not one person stuffing 3,000 envelopes.
No, exactly.
Yeah,
there had to be several people.
Right.
And sitting there counting that money, and then so we would sit there and count the money, and then be like, okay, that's whatever amount, and somebody would be there recounting it. Be like, okay, and then they put it up, and then you had to tally how much. It was.
How much was the total?
Girl, don't give me the line.
You don't know. They ain't tell
you. It took me a minute to actually be in there and the help.
They was like,
because let me tell you this. So I remember noticing where they would count the money, but I didn't notice what they were doing because the door would be closed and it would be locked, and you had to knock, and somebody had to open it. They had to look at the people like, okay,
like the crack.
Girl, it was a whole
like you said, a whole situation. New Jack City. They had the windows boarded up from the outside.
Yeah, there were no windows.
See, you in what you call it? Not a safe, but
a secluded room.
A panic room. You in a panic room,
right? Damn. It was a whole operation. So
how many people were in there?
7 of us. It may have been 7 because I think 6 of us was counting. Mm-hmm. It could have been maybe closer to 9 or 10, but it was. We were because this is before COVID. Mm-hmm. We were all right next to each other. We were all bunched up in this room. Mm-hmm. Just an air conditioned event. That's all that was.
So why they didn't have those little counting machines? The money count, the one that count the money for you?
No, you had to count it by hand. I don't know why they didn't have a counting machine.
Oh wow. Okay.
But it was some out of a movie.
Yeah. You were like, what?
Right. And then I was the only Negro there too. So I was like, let me be extra careful.
You know, they had about 18
They
eyes
had,
on you.
girl, they had a whole thing where like, because your hands are dry and the money is dry. They had a whole thing where you moisture your hands and count the money.
Yeah.
It was
a nice little
yeah.
Okay.
And it was like one long ass table. We was all sitting there counting.
Damn. Did you have a temptation?
Oh, what?
A temptation of putting a...
Oh, no. No.
Think about
It was so many fucking people in there.
Oh, okay.
And we was all close knit. Anybody can easily see
yeah.
you doing, like, what is you doing? Because wasn't nobody, and then I was in there with a number of old people.
Yeah.
None of them was like dropping money on the floor, nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was like, nah. So when the first time I saw it, I was like, oh, is that what they doing? And then one time they was like, okay, Andre, we need help counting money. Because I was like, if y'all need help with anything, just let me know. It was like, oh, okay, go in there and count money. Okay.
Okay.
And then when I went in, I was like, ooh, shit.
How long was y'all in there?
Well, probably not even an hour. It
Oh,
didn't take that long.
Okay.
But it was like, So I can only imagine what they do in the mega churches.
Right. That room probably...
Because we weren't counting those 600,000 of dollars.
Right.
We weren't counting thousands. This is donations.
Right. Yeah. Y'all probably got about 20,000. But just to think about, like, that much money, like you said, in one weekend, that is crazy.
That is a lot of money.
If you getting that every weekend,
right,
every year,
and this was in March, you can only imagine what they do around Christmas time or Easter, baby.
Oh yeah, Easter. They definitely giving up that money on Easter,
right? But it was just this is a weird story. So just from my personal experience, I know this was an inside job.
Yeah, it had to be.
But this incident goes into why people say churches should pay taxes.
They should, because that's a lot of money. But I wonder if those people got fired. Those people who were in that room.
No, because they don't know. Oh yeah,
because it's like it's one of y'all did,
right?
Or whoever was supposed to take it from here to there,
right?
Yeah,
I remember I had got fired from Walmart just because I didn't put an iPad in the correct spot and someone stole it.
Oh yeah.
They was like, we can't prove that you stole it, but because of you, it was stolen. Right. So we're gonna have to let you go.
Did you try to fight it?
Girl, no, I didn't give a shit. I can find a job.
Yeah, that ain't the problem.
Right. Yeah.
It's like finding one that I want to stay at.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like finding
a needle.
No, because it wasn't finding a needle in a haystack. It was finding. It was like finding a stack full of hay in one needle.
Oh.
It was easy for me to find a job, so I didn't care. But I was like, really? Y'all gonna fire me just because really?
Because maybe they thought they could have been like, well, he set it up, he put it over there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like, okay, bye. I'll see y'all later.
Right.
And then I got rehired, so it really didn't matter.
Be like, I've been fired from better places than this.
Be like, I ain't got to take this. My man got two jobs. Okay. But as a child, I remember as a child, I didn't know churches didn't pay taxes. Mm-hmm. And then, getting to high school, I was like, oh, okay, they don't pay taxes, yada, yada, yada. Mm-hmm. And then the older I got, I realized how much religion influences our public policies and our politics. And so I was like, well, shit, they need to pay taxes. Mm-hmm.
They single-handedly put the president on the
right
in office. So yeah.
And I was saying most of our politics, most of our politicians. Oh, excuse me. Most of our politicians and our laws are built around their religious beliefs, and then most of them been either Protestant, Christians, or Catholics. Mm-hmm. So of course their beliefs are put into
the church.
Yeah, their beliefs are put into how they create laws and all this other shit. Right. It was illegal. It's illegal in Texas to have so many sex toys.
I know. I remember you telling me about that, and I didn't know that because I don't think I reached the limit yet. What's the limit, girl?
I want to say it was like 8 or more. Then you breaking the law, girl.
But how?
It's
That's your body.
Yeah, 7 is okay, but
You get one more, you going to jail. This is my body.
Right.
If I want to utilize my toys and have them all
Right.
together, why can't I?
and especially when they talk about abortion, it's
So you can't have 8 sex toys, but you can have an open marriage, or you can have more than one wife. Not
right.
legally.
In some
but-
places, yeah. In some states, you can have
Wow.
more than one wife.
That's crazy.
But when you go into like I said, when you talk about abortion and all this other stuff, the only reason they bring it up is because the only reason we're still debating it is due to religious beliefs.
Yeah.
It's nothing else.
Yeah, it has to.
Even though the Bible says nothing about abortion,
Right. Mm-hmm.
but that's a whole other stuff all the time. But it's like if you want your religious beliefs put into your politics, then there is no separation of church and state. Therefore, the church needs to pay their fucking taxes.
Mm-hmm.
You can imagine if they had to pay, like let's say it was like the $600,000 that was lost, how much they would be taxed on that, and what that money could do
for the country.
for the community
Mm-hmm.
and in the country.
Mm-hmm.
We probably wouldn't have raggedy ass highways.
Right. The cost of living wouldn't be so damn high. Because it's so uneven. It's on what's the percentage of wealthy Americans or wealthy individuals compared to poor.
Yeah,
It's
that 1%.
That 1%
different.
is so unbalanced that it's sad. Like it shouldn't be that
Right.
many rich people and so many poor people. It shouldn't be like
No.
that. It shouldn't be like that.
Mm.
I think times are changing though, because you see the new population is becoming some of the youngest entrepreneurs that we've ever seen
Right.
with the whole social media thing. So it might change, but I don't see it changing by much.
Right.
Because them people that got that old money, they ain't giving up that money,
Right.
that wealth.
Speaking of shit that's changing, let's talk about this RuPaul. Miss Ru.
Fight for your life. No, it's not fight for your life.
Lip sync for your life.
Yeah, let's see for your life.
So RuPaul's Drag Race has its first straight cisgender cast member. Cisgender male. I'm still trying to learn these fucking titles.
Right.
So Maddie Morphosis is a heterosexual male that's now contested on RuPaul's Drag Race. What you think? What are your thoughts?
I honestly don't see nothing wrong with it. I mean, like I was reading.
You and I differ, so we finally find something we can disagree on.
I don't see nothing wrong with it because drag is not just for the gay community.
Yeah, I get that, and RuPaul was quote because I remember RuPaul had said that everything anything that you do to get yourself ready for the world, when you go out into the world, is a drag.
Right.
It's a costume, it's a mask that you put on to go out into the world.
Mm-hmm.
So, going off of that logic, that's cute. But
okay. What's the but?
13 seasons of this show, it was mainly gay men.
Mm-hmm.
And I think now they have I think this year also introduces they have a couple of trans people on there too, and I think that's the first also.
Yeah, because it's not.
Not that I know of, not because I wasn't allowed to watch RuPaul.
I've been watching it since it came out. That's my show.
Right, and then by the time I was able to watch it, well, I was old enough to watch it because I was on my own. I couldn't afford cable. I wasn't finna, buy a logo,
right?
The logo channel, but as far as I know, it's only been gay men that's been on this show.
Right.
So, I mean, let's continue that.
Well, I mean, if we're going to talk about equality and letting everybody have a space, no matter what their gender, not their gender, their preference is, then why can't it be straight men? Why can't it be women on the show?
That was one thing. I would rather see that.
Than straight men.
I would rather see because I've been to drag shows and there will be these drag kings and there will be women dressed up as men, doing shows.
Right.
I would rather see that than to see a straight man doing that.
So what's the problem with in your mind? What is it? You just because it's the space that they need.
Yeah, this is the space that we had. Well, I say we because I am gay, but we created this space for gay men to shine.
Okay, but don't gay men want to be accepted in everything?
No,
you don't think so?
I don't.
Well, I mean, because they be saying, "Well, we need more gay representation here. We need more gay representation there."
Well, see, I don't. Well, in media, because that's all because we only see the opposite.
We only see heterosexual. But at the same time,
I ain't never heard no straight person talk so. Yeah, we want to be seen on RuPaul's Drag Race.
No, and I get what you're saying. But what I'm saying is that if the gay community wants, to be represented in every platform, then that means that everybody else should be able to be represented in every platform. So if you got a straight man who wants to do drag and is really good, he looks like he does really good at it. Why can't he be a part of a competition that's solely for drag, whether he's gay or not?
Yeah, that's the problem with inclusion.
I mean, inclusion. It never should have been a problem anyway from the jump. It shouldn't have been a problem. Like it shouldn't have been hiding any community.
Yeah, but the thing is, this. Okay, so one of the problems I have is that being a drag queen was, I guess, it was secretive, and it was solely for our community, so that people who wanted to do this can easily express themselves,
right,
or freely express themselves. I'm just
okay. So what I'm hearing is let us have our thing.
Yes,
I got you. I get that. I really do get that because there's certain things. But what if women said that about drag?
Wouldn't give a damn.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
You
gonna still do it. You know what I mean? So I get what you're saying, but at the same time, I think it's cool because whenever you watch the RuPaul's Drag Race, the sexuality is just a small part of it.
It's like one of the I don't want to tie it to race, but it's like one of the. It's like when I see white people going to an HBCU.
That's blackface. I hate it.
It's like you got all these other ways to express yourselves. You got all these other, but you want to come into our space. Yeah. Mind you, we created this space because no one else allowed us. Mm-hmm. Now you
over here too.
Yeah, you over here too.
So you want everything.
Like the A in LGBTQIA+ does not stand for ally. Just because you like us does not mean
that you welcome. Right. Yeah, I got you.
But yeah, like I'm torn.
I just don't see. The only reason I don't see an issue with it because it's RuPaul's Drag Race, not RuPaul's gay drag race. Yeah, you say that, but yet for the past 13 damn seasons, and that's only because that's what the drag is highlighted in that community. So most of the people who doing drag are gonna be gay. So I get what you're saying. Leave our shit alone. Go over there and dress up like whatever you want to dress up like over there, and let us have this over here. And I definitely get what you're saying, but at the same time, we can't ask for this and say, okay, well, we want this in our community, but we're going to exclude you. We've been getting excluded this whole time. Why would we turn around and do the same thing as somebody else? Yeah, I get that. It makes sense. But in my mind, I'm just like, no. I get what you're saying. But it would be terrible if women came and said, well, y'all using makeup and hair and stuff. Right. That's supposed to be for us. Just like the gay for pay and the gay baiting. Mm-hmm. Where, because, you have men that's on social media where they, they have the OnlyFans, mm-hmm. where most of their fans and most of the people they're entertaining are gay men. Right. But you're not gay. So mm-hmm. It's like, you're really just taking advantage. I get what you're saying. Of the community. And that's what's kind of leading me into this. I don't know too much about Maddie and how long. I don't even know how to gender this person. I'm trying to make sure. Just call him a he because but he's dressed like a woman, so I'm just like, do I say she or do I say he?
I don't know what pronouns he likes to go by.
I think he go by he from the article, but at the same time, that's another question that I have in my mind. Why is drag a woman?
Now,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, why drag can't just be drag? I mean, yeah, because you can still drag and not have on the fake boobs or have on fake hips. You basically looking at the makeup and the wardrobe and the hair and the shoes. That's what you're looking at when you talk about drag.
Yeah.
Like, you can do drag and not be feminized. You can still do drag without that.
Yeah.
I think you can.
Well, see, back in the ballroom days, there was a category for men who look like men, or even women that look like men. Like,
Right.
you know, the regular, you look like you straight, but you actually gay. Like, you know, that was a whole category when you in the ballroom scene. But it's, you know what? I am just confused on today's gay.
Yeah.
Like the whole thing. It's really confusing me. Like, I don't even know how to. I don't know. Should I say he? Should I say, you know, she? I don't know what the. I'm lost. But I don't want. I don't want straight people doing stuff that was predominantly for. Call me prejudiced. Call me whatever. I don't. No.
Well, I mean, I guess it's the same thing when we, like you said, with the whole HBC. We don't want you over here because we created this space for ourselves. We created this space so that we can get what we need to get and thrive in our own space without having y'all over here breathing down our neck.
Yeah.
So I definitely get what you're saying, but and it don't have to be something that RuPaul does all the time. But I just feel like if he is doing drag and he is great at drag, then let him be part of the competition.
Just
or
like,
create a lane for straight men only. It's gonna be for straight men.
And there's just like the trans thing where they don't want trans women competing with cisgender women.
But that makes sense.
I can see the argument.
Yeah. No,
but you know,
genetically it makes sense.
Yeah, I just don't.
Men are physically stronger than women.
Girl, it's some women out there.
No, I understand that. Genetically, men are they can, you know, get more muscle mass. They're just stronger.
Yeah.
So have a woman.
But I would say this is why I somewhat agree. Like you know, I'm still out. I'm still trying to figure shit out. But this is why I do see why women say we don't want trans women competing against us, because like this is for us. Because at first women really weren't, you know, in the spaces. Yeah. Right. So it's like now we got something. Now you coming in and you know you changing shit, or you just coming in and you're not really even part of us.
So and because that goes back to say, well, if we're gonna let trans women in, why don't we just put all the competitions together and not have a woman's or a man's? That's just everybody compete.
Yeah, that's where it's still confusing.
Yeah. So I get that. I get every argument that you're saying, and I feel like that he should be highlighted. But RuPaul, I think he's trying something new, just trying to shake it up a little bit, because it's kind of been the same thing every season.
Right. Yeah.
But I could see him making a lane for straight men. Hey, you're a straight man and you want to do drag,
right,
we're gonna put you on this show and leave drag race.
Because Maddie ain't the first.
Right.
It's some men that, you know, do like dressing up in women's clothes.
Right.
That's all. You know, that's always been a thing.
I thought they called that cross dressing though. I didn't think they called that drag.
Yeah, I think it was back in the day. Because like back, it goes back to watching Golden Girls. Dorothy's brothers. Lord Jesus. Why am I drawing a blank? Philip.
Her ex-husband?
No, Stan was her ex-husband. Phil, that was his name. Her brother Phil was a straight man, had a wife and kids, but he liked to dress up in women's clothes. And he got married in a dress. So, and that was in the 80s, in the 90s. So, you know, that was always been a thing.
Right.
So I guess
Caitlyn was wearing. She was wearing.
Nobody give a damn. Don't you bring. That is,
you cannot stand Caitlyn Jenner.
No, can't stand him.
Bruce.
Can't stand Bruce.
Got one of the manliest names out there and walking around. Shut down somewhere, click clacking through this room.
Right, but no, he would never be. He would never be an example that I would bring up. But but yeah, the jury is out.
Right.
The jury is still out on that.
Well, even with that being said, I hope that he does good and the other contestants give him an opportunity, you know what I mean, and don't gang up on him and act like click up and be like, oh, we ain't gonna deal with him.
Right.
Kind of
he's straight.
He might just be saying he's straight just because if you look at those pictures, he's giving all kind of gay. I mean, when I saw that they said he was straight, I'm like, well where?
Right.
Even in his masculine.
Is it his finger?
Right. He got the straight pointer finger. I mean, I don't know, because he's giving gay all day.
You was stupid. Oh my goodness. Okay. Okay. A little bit more political news. This is okay. So people of the National Guard, child, refusing to take the vaccine.
I'm so sick of this. I am so sick of this. I'm sick of this. I'm sick of this whole vaccine talk and who not taking it.
Yeah.
I'm sick of not having the mask on at Kroger and getting looked at like I just got shit all over my body.
I don't even wear a mask anymore.
I don't either. But when I go in stores, or people try to walk all the way around you like you got the goddamn some
like some cooties.
Yeah, like come on now, you're bullying me.
Right. Now, this story was really funny to me because the governor of Oklahoma name is Kevin Stitt.
Stitt?
Yeah. You remember Kevin Stitt, don't you?
I remember Kevin Featherline.
No, Kevin Stitt, he worked at QT.
I do not.
Yes, you do.
Mm-mm.
They called him Nation.
That's his last name?
His last name was Stitt.
Oh, that's his daddy.
No, it's not.
It ain't?
No, it ain't.
Is he a junior?
No, he's not.
Oh, is it uncle?
But it was just weird that they have the same name.
Right.
Because Stitt is not one of those. It's not a common name.
Johnson or Jackson.
Yeah. And then you got the same first name too.
Right.
Right. But Kevin, they
came from the same state.
He's out of jail, from abusing his wife. His girlfriend, his baby mama.
Dumbass.
So yeah. Not this guy, not this Kevin Stitt. It's a Kevin Stitt that we know. You like that watermelon tea, right?
I like it.
It's good. So Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin, who's black, I love it. I love it. Just love it.
These black politicians keep coming.
So Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin rejected Governor Kevin Stitt's letter on exempting Oklahoma's National Guard from Pentagon's requirement for all military members to be vaccinated against COVID-19. Even though troops get up to 17 vaccines for deployments, Oklahoma Republican Governor Kevin Stitt believes forcing troops getting one more is too much for them to handle. And it seems as though Stitt and Austin are having this pissing contest. Austin has the authority to set medical requirements for the military, the Guard, and the Reserve. Mm-hmm. And the governors can't tell troops to not comply. I need to proofread my articles because I'm correcting it as I'm reading it. Mm-hmm. But Stitt still told the Guard that there won't be any negative administrative or legal action taken against them if they refuse the jab. Which is weird because the Army Secretary Christine Wormuth, I think that's how you say her name, stated that members who refuse to get vaccinated against COVID-19 have a potential of not being promoted, won't receive awards or bonuses, have their pay and future benefits impacted, lose federal status, and could be barred from continued service.
So here we go again.
Right. So the question is, who's in charge of the National Guard? Because, I had to do some good research on this. Because, the military, the Army, all its branches, and who does what is confusing as hell to me. Mm-hmm. So I was like, okay, who does what, what's going on? So
I thought it was the general, what's his name? The one that Colin Powell, the position
Colin Powell, Secretary of Defense.
Yeah, I thought they was the one that was in charge of all of the military branches. Oh, okay.
So let me break it down. So on a regular basis, the National Guard is in state active duty.
Okay.
Guard troops report to the governor and is paid by the state, that they're in.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. That's when they respond to local stuff like riots or, regular shit.
Yeah.
That's happening within the state. But when they have annual or monthly training, or when larger disasters happen, they're in Title 32 status, which is where they're controlled by the governor, but they're paid by the federal government, which is, I guess, that's where the Secretary of Defense and shit come in.
Right. Okay. So the National Guard is state by state. The rules change state by state?
Yeah. Well, no, it's all of, like, when it's dealing with local stuff, it's controlled and ran and paid by the state, and the governor.
Okay.
But when it comes to national stuff, that's when federal government comes in.
Okay.
So the Guard can also be subjected to being deployed overseas and to other states. Like if something happened, like let's say something happened in Texas, okay, we need Oklahoma's National Guard to come in.
Okay.
Yeah.
So is it the neighboring state, or it don't really?
It just said other states, but I'm just just doing it because we're neighbors.
Yeah.
So the Guard can be subjected to being deployed overseas or to other states. That's Title 10, and that's when they're controlled and funded by the federal government. That means that they're not tied to the state government anymore.
Right.
It's the federal government now.
Only if it's national. Okay.
So
are they still under that military umbrella though?
Yeah, they're still under there, but it's just who's paying them and who's in control of them.
Gotcha.
And so with the federal government, they're saying, just in case you got to go to another state or you have to go to overseas, we need you to be vaccinated because we run you and we're controlled. We control you at that time. And so we need you to get this vaccine so that you'll be able to go. And Stead was like, no, and told the National Guard, no, don't worry about it.
Right.
And I want to say there's like 1,000 troops or some, somewhere around there where they're like, we don't want to do it. Stead is like, it's against their personal belief, or all this other bullshit. Yeah. But yet, when you're in the military, you get all these other vaccines.
You don't have a say on your personal beliefs at that time.
No,
because you're a GI, government issued.
Yeah. Oh, is that what GI stands for?
Yeah.
I was today years old when I realized I did not know that's what GI stood for. I did all that damn property. I did all that damn research and didn't even know what GI stood for. But you were part of a military family.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah. My ex-husband was in the military, so that's probably the only reason I know.
Yeah.
But at that time, when you are under that umbrella, you are part of you are the government owns you, pretty much.
Right.
They tell you what to eat, sleep, and what toilet to use and what time to do it. So
that's why I don't be part of the military.
Baby, I couldn't either because you can't listen. You ain't gonna tell me that
you're not gonna shave my hair too. Yes.
Now you can't tell me to wear them big white ass drawers that come all the way up under my rib cage. You ain't gonna do it to me.
Them granny panties.
And baby, them glasses, they call them BCs and BCGs. Birth control glasses. Because them glasses are this huge and they brown and they cover up your entire face. You ain't getting no ass with them glasses on. Anyway, that's just a little, military humor. But anyway, when you are a GI, ain't nothing you can say or do. You got two options. You do what we tell you to do, or you get the hell out of here and go home. That's what they're doing. That's what they're trying to. That's what they're going back and forth on. And you know what? I'm on both sides of the vaccine. Like, I understand why people feel like they need to get it. I understand why I probably should get it, but I understand why the fuck I don't want to get it.
Yeah,
because I don't know too much about that.
My whole politics is just don't tell me what to do.
That too. Don't tell me I got to do something and I actually got to do it. Like there's something about that just don't sit well with me. And it's funny that you brought up the whole iRobot movie earlier because, or even if you look at shows like The show I was watching when they was the girl, with the white girl when they was keeping them and they was having the babies. You remember the show we was talking about earlier that came on earlier this year?
Handmaid's Tale.
Yeah, like stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I think about this vaccine that nobody know nothing about, everybody getting, and then all that stuff be playing in my head when I think about the vaccine. Why do we have to get it?
And then and another weird thing is that they came up with a vaccine, which is cool because people wanted to take it, people wanted to be vaccinated against it, and now we have these variants. And now they're trying to follow up with booster shots.
Right.
So it's like, okay, so all the research really ain't been done yet.
Right. Because from my knowledge in raising kids, you get the shot and then you get a booster shot years later.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you get the shot when you are a baby, and then you get another shot when you're 3, and then you get another booster when you're 7, and then you're done with all your shots by the time you're 12 or 13. You don't got to get no more shots unless you get the one
with me, I was done with shots by the time I was in high school, and then when I went to college, they came out with the meningitis shot, which
fucked
up a friend of mine.
It fucks up a lot of people
because he was on the border. Because I think they said from 18 to 30, maybe. Yeah, you had to get it, and he was like right on the cusp. He was like 29, and he had to get it, and then he ended up in the bed. Like he ended up like being bedridden, like all fucked up. He's okay now, but the fact that he had to go through that, because I can't remember specifically what happened to him, but he was like, I was in the bed and I was, couldn't control shit and I was all fucked up.
Yeah.
And so, the fact, that shit happens. People are like, I'm all right.
The same
I won't
thing
that happen.
Right. The same thing with the HPV shot that they giving out now to kids at 13. Like
HPV?
Yeah, to keep kids from getting HPV.
Was it herpes?
Herpes. I think it's herpes. Genital warts. They trying to keep people from getting it, so they're giving them the shot at the.
Did you say genital?
Genital. How you say it?
It is genital. Genital. Yeah,
genital warts. Y'all don't.
But you threw me out. I'm like, wait a minute.
General warts.
Because that's what herpes is. It's general. It's on your lip, on your private, on your booty, like
anywhere. On your eyelid.
On your eyelid?
Yes,
too?
you can have herpes on your eyelid.
I did not know that. Mm-hmm. That's what happens when you let people come on your face.
Baby, you gotta wash it off. You gotta wash it off. Don't rub that in. Don't let that sit on your chest.
It's not a good facial cream.
Right. Don't believe what they done told you. Run around here, eyelid swole the fuck up. That ain't no damn stop.
Some cold sore. Girl, it's 97 degrees outside.
Ain't nothing cold about that phone. That sore is hot. It's like your ass was when you was doing what you did. They quit it out. But yeah, when your government issued, you have to do what they tell you to do, or you need to just take your ass home. I don't like the whole idea of being told to do anything. I don't like the idea. I mean, we gotta pay taxes. That's already one thing we gotta do. We gotta fucking work. That's another thing we gotta do. We got to take care of these little badass kids. That's another thing we got to do. So don't tell me I got to get no damn shot and I'm damn 40 years old. Leave me alone. Let me get the shot if I want to. Now, I will say this. If I go out here and I get my goofy ass in some type of government type of program like the military, then I need to know what I'm getting myself into. And if they tell me to take the damn shot, I got to take the damn shot.
But when I was on Facebook, it's a couple of people that I know that's in the armed forces. Mm-hmm. And he said, he was like, we get all these fucking vaccines for other shit. I mean, one ain't gonna hurt you. One more ain't gonna hurt you. One ain't no problem. Like you didn't have a problem with the other 59 of them, but you got a problem with this one.
I think it's the whole idea that the shot is not that it's a new.
It's still
thing.
new.
But at a certain point in time, them shots that they was getting back then were new.
Yeah.
So in those, we don't know. We don't know what the long-term outcome was. And I personally believe, because if anybody who knows me, they know that I have a special needs son. And my ex-husband feels like one of those shots that he got before he went to Iraq kind of...
You think that's what it was?
He feels that way.
Oh.
He feels like one of them shots that he got before he went to Iraq is what happened with with our son being special needs. I have no idea. I don't know. I don't know.
So he didn't have the shots before?
No, not before we had the two girls.
Oh.
And then when he
what
got
about
the
Duka?
Well, that's another thing that's like, I don't know if that has anything to do with it because I had another baby after and he was fine. So
okay, because Duka is younger than
Duka's the youngest one. Sean is the older boy,
but he didn't get any more vaccines after Man.
Because he was already at the military. Because we had Man. He went to Iraq, he came back, and then I got pregnant with Man. So he feels like it was one of those shots that contributes.
Girl, that's something to look into.
Baby, I did.
I never thought about that because you have those anti-vaxxers, like Jim Carrey and other. I forgot her fucking name, but it's another actress. But you have those anti-vaxxers that say it affects a living child,
right?
Like it gives them autism, that shit, which is found unfalse. Oh, I mean, it's found false. Like that, really, like vaccinations really don't cause autism and all that other shit. But I get it doesn't talk about the semen and then
the unborn.
Yeah, the unborn. That is interesting.
I mean, I haven't done like extensive research about it, but I did I did a lot of research about stuff that people do or put into their bodies that can affect their reproduction system. Yeah, their sperm, their eggs, things like that. And it's a lot of things out there that if you put into your body can affect that. And he don't know because he took a round of 17 shots at one time. Yeah, so he don't know what it was. He was getting all these shots. He had to get them before he left. So he don't know which one to go to look at. You know what I mean? You kind of like shooting in the dark. So that's what I'm thinking about when I think about the COVID. I mean the COVID-19 shot. What is that doing to people? We don't have enough research to see what the long-term effects of that is. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because when it first came out, people was like, oh, I had palsy from behind it. I had a stroke behind it. People was coming up with all kind of things. And I don't know if it was anxiety or not, but we just don't know. Yeah. So, but like I said, when you're in the government funded program, you have to do what they ask you to do. If you don't, you ain't going to be able
to. Not even ask.
Will tell you to do.
You do what they tell you to do. That is interesting.
So I'm with the governor.
Tyrone said,
call Tyrone.
Rain, call him. Hey, Tyrone. Tyrone said Dr. Charles Hoff found 62% of patients who received COVID mRNA jab test positive for blood clots. And I know there's this one YouTuber, Lovely T. Like she has like blood problems and stuff. Like I guess her blood like naturally clots on its own, and so I think it was because of that. That's why she hasn't received the COVID shot because
she don't want to take no chances.
Yeah, she don't want to take no chances on that. Right.
I mean, and thank you so much, Tyrone, for your comment. It's to the point now where we're just like, you don't know. Now, I understand, like I said at the beginning, I understand why people want to take it. They feel like it's necessary. Like the older population and the people who deal with the older population, they got older parents and stuff like that, family members. I understand, medical personnel, stuff like that. I understand why they should take it. But at the same time, me personally, I just don't know too much about it. My oldest daughter took it, but my special needs son, I haven't given it to him yet because he has so many medical problems. I feel like if I give him this shot,
you don't want to compound the problem. Like I don't want to compound it.
Yeah, and then put his life in jeopardy. And then you got the other side of people who saying, well, if you don't get it and he get it, that's putting his life in jeopardy. Yeah, I mean him not getting it. So it's just one of those things.
Right. Like with me, like all my family, my immediate family, the ones who live here in Texas with us, they've been vaccinated, and I get it why they got it. Like my cousin, I have a cousin that works for Amazon. She's around a lot of people that's in that warehouse, so it makes sense why she got it. My mom works for Walmart. She's around a whole lot of people. It makes sense why she got it. And then her husband is a nurse. Makes sense why he got it, especially since his job was like either you get it or you got to be let go. Right. So it makes sense why he got it. And then with me, I had worked with I was transporting a lot of elderly people who either had it or they had it and they don't got it because they spent the 14 days in captivity or whatever.
Isolation.
Right, in isolation. And it's like, okay, now they test negative. And I also transported people who had it at the time. And I'm in a car with them and I'm having to like touch them and like interact with them. And I've interacted with a lot of people who had COVID, but I didn't get it. And so when the shots came out, I was like, well, ain't no point in me getting it because I ain't got it now.
Right.
And I had to transport people who had COVID. I came in close contact with people who had it and I never got it. So I don't see a reason why I should get a vaccination for it if I ain't get it.
Right. And you were directly around people.
Yeah.
And I think it's just down to a personal decision.
Yeah.
Just like whenever you vaccinate your kids, it's a personal decision. But at the same time, if you don't vaccinate your kids, they can't go to public school.
Right. So, unless it's time to be a Muslim.
Right.
Or Mormon or something.
Right. Where it's
some type of religion. Yeah. Like, no, we're not doing it.
Right. Right. Yeah, it's a personal decision, but when it comes to the National Guard, the Army, any type of military entity, it has to be something you have to do.
Yeah, it's mandatory.
Yeah, you just got to.
So either leave or get shot.
Right. Not shot, but get the shot.
They're gonna be shot regardless. Yeah, shot at.
Cut it out. True statements. But yeah,
right. Yeah, that's what with me is because when people ask me how come I didn't get vaccinated, it's not of a personal. Well, 2% of a personal thing.
Yeah,
because I cannot tell you the last time I got a flu shot.
And that's another thing. Like the flu is so widespread.
Yeah, I can't tell you the last time I've gotten a flu shot, and I don't get sick at all.
Right.
If I do, it'll be a little sniffle, but it'll be I slept with the fan in my face a little bit too many times.
Had too much dust in that fan.
Right.
You gotta put my sinuses.
Right.
Yeah.
It'll be a sinus or an allergy problem.
Yeah.
So like that'll be it. But I do not get sick. So and then because I was so close to people who had COVID, that made them 98%.
Mm-hmm.
I was around people who had COVID and didn't get it, so I'll be all right.
Right.
And then I'm always one of those people. Don't get close to me.
Right.
I don't like when people get close to me. Period.
Bag.
Right.
Give me 50 feet.
Right.
Don't be all over my neck.
I will give you 20, but your breath is killing me.
So when you did whole 50, whole 50, the 50, honey, the 50. Yes.
Right. So I never like people and really close to me. It was like, especially if you start coughing, back up off me.
And that's even with a cold. Like I don't want nothing you got going on over there.
They were like, it's an allergy. Bitch, I'm still finna spray you with this Lysol. No, do not get close to me.
Because we don't want that either.
Right. I've never been that type. I've never been that person that's, just up and around and, all up on people like that to catch what they got. It's like, no, girl, get away from me.
Right. Mm-hmm. And that's with anything. COVID, cold, allergies, sinus, bronchitis, anything that causes you to be out of commission. I don't want that.
Girl, eczema.
Right.
Get away from me. I don't know.
Rosacea. Go on now. Go on, sit over there now. I noticed the little red patches.
Girl, what is that on your arm? Oh, it's just my ex. Why is you scratching? Do you wash your hands? Exactly. Wash your hands.
Not trying to discriminate or nothing, but hey, I want to stay in the state that I was in when I walked in this room.
Exactly.
But
I want to leave the way I came.
Right. Y'all gonna have to get vaccinated, baby. If y'all want to be in that National Guard, get it. You got to get it.
Right, you got to get it. And then what else? So they had a deadline. They had a couple of deadlines. To get people vaccinated, and they're coming up on it really close. So we'll see what happens, especially with Governor Kevin Stitt. Mm-hmm. We'll see what happens. We got time for one more.
We got time for one more.
One more. Okay, I guess we'll end on the. Let me see. What else did we have on here? What else was on the website? Did I? Oh shit! I totally forgot about the chat.
You talking about the
that po boy.
the baby daddy.
Yeah.
Po baby.
Let me see if I can find his story right quick. It was this. It's this kid. Let me see if I can find it. It was this boy that was abused. That was getting abused by his baby mama on live. And oh shit, that's what it was. Okay, we'll talk about both of them at the same time. Hold on, give me a second. Let me go back to the website, and we're gonna run through this real quick.
Real quick, like y'all. Real quick, like.
Right, it's one of our sports stories. You know, we don't know too much about sports, but when Wendy said, when it intersects hot topics,
right? We experts,
right? So let's talk about Zach Stacy. This was so sad.
Yeah.
So Zach Stacy's ex-girlfriend Kristen Evans testifies against abusive boyfriend Zach Stacy, who was a running back. Which I don't know what the fuck a running back is, but
he runs stuff back, I guess.
Yeah, run a football back.
Yeah, he catch it and run it back. I think. I don't know. Let us know, y'all.
Okay, but let's watch this video real quick because this is. Which I'm kind of glad she put this up. I'm glad that the girl caught it on film because with most when it comes,
was a Ring camera though.
It was several cameras. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like when it comes to domestic abuse or sexual assault, sometimes women are not believed.
Right.
And so it's a blessing that she caught it all on film.
And we're gonna correct that. People are not believed. Because just like the other stuff.
Yeah, because because there are some men that won't people
but
don't believe.
Man up. No.
Right. Mm-hmm. So let's watch. This is graphic, so prepare yourself.
Yes, hard to watch.
Things are way different now. Oh.
You think that was okay?
Now I do not. Please. Please, please.
You thought that was okay? And then you're going to ruin relationships and talking about I'm destructive?
Listen. God, please.
I love you, Coops.
Oh, my God.
And this is in front of the baby.
That baby was just hollering. He know his mom was getting done wrong.
Right. Mm-hmm. I was like, is that a rat? Because they had some run
across.
Run across. It was a rabbit. They had a pet rabbit. But so Zach Stacy, who's retired, he's a retired football player, which I didn't know. Football players like retire at the age of 30.
He must not been that good. I ain't do much research. What, he played for the Giants?
That was the last team that he was on.
The Smalls.
Smalls.
The Giants, Smalls.
Shut up. Shut up.
Nah, because I be going back and forth with Jamar here. Shamar.
Because you call him Jamar.
I be going back and forth because he's a Giants fan, and I call him the Smalls.
Oh, because New Jersey doesn't have a football team?
Exactly why. But anyway, that's none of my business.
Okay, so back seriousness. So retired NFL running back, whatever. Stacy was arrested and charged with aggravated battery and criminal mischief after footage of him savagely beating his now ex-girlfriend went viral on social media, and the same footage was submitted to the Orange County Police Department.
Orange County, that's Florida?
Florida, yes it is. He saw the judge, and they gave he posted it like a $10,000 bond or whatever, or bail, however you say it.
Yeah.
And Kristen was like, "Can you up that?" And the judge was like, "No, he all right, but we will, give you this protective order. He can't come in contact, can't own weapons, and can't be in possession of weapons and all this other stuff." But Jesus, the problem I had with this story was that I was on Twitter and people were trying to figure out what happened. And people was like, it doesn't matter. Like, yeah, we know it doesn't matter what happened, but we do like to know the whole story. A lot of people were saying that Kristen was cheating on him or whatever, because you know, you heard him say, you know, you're gonna do this and you're calling me destructive and you're ruining relationships and all this other shit. But you know, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because no one, you know, especially that TV did not deserve that.
Stop that. One of them Black Friday TVs.
Right. Shut up. Right. You know, nobody deserves that, but there's nothing wrong with wanting to know the whole story.
Right. Yeah.
And I remember I used to feel slighted about that because I remember watching the movie Enough. And when Jennifer Lopez went to her mother-in-law, was like, yeah, he's hitting on me. And the mother-in-law was like, girl, what'd you say to upset him?
Right.
And I used to feel so mad about
victim
that.
Victim shame.
But it's not victim shaming if you want to know what.
What you say to make him hit you is not victim shaming?
I don't think so.
What could I possibly say to you for you to punch me in my mouth right now?
No. Okay. If you say, well, girl, no wonder why he hit you because you said this, that's victim shaming or victim blaming.
Okay.
But if I'm asking you, girl, like, what the hell happened?
Right. What was the conversation?
Yeah.
I get what
that's not victim shaming or victim blaming.
I got you. Okay.
That's this girl. I want to know the whole story.
Right.
Because if you told him that's why you got a little dick and I fucked your brother,
you might get your ass whooped. Because I mean, you done good now. You done flick the match. So yeah, I see what you're saying.
Right.
But the severity of the ass whooping that he administered to that young lady, was just I hope
brutal.
It was. He
It was
threw her
sad.
around like he was on the football field. Like he had some flashbacks of,
right,
you know, playing football because he
right.
threw her little ass across the room.
And I think that's what they're going to do in the trial. Like if this goes to trial or whatever, I think that's what they're going to use. They're going to use his football career. Mm-hmm. Now, granted, when it comes to careers that, you know, at the end, you do suffer from a little PTSD, like being a cop, being in the military, being a football player. You know, some certain trauma does trigger a lot of things, and you end up lashing out.
Right.
So I think that's what the defense attorney, well, his attorney, I think his name is Thomas, is going to go with. But I don't think that still excuses you.
For me, it doesn't. Like, me personally, I don't feel like there was nothing to validate him beating her like he did.
Yeah.
Like now I ain't gonna say he beat her. He was doing a lot of slinging around. He threw her into the wall.
No, he punched her.
He punched her too, but I'm saying like he wasn't just straight to the face. He threw her.
Oh yeah, because she came up on the live, her face didn't look bruised or anything.
Yeah. He probably, he just threw her around, which I'm not saying it's okay, but at the same time, he does need help. But he does need to serve some time.
Yeah.
You can't be beating up on people like that. And then in front of your child.
That's the sad part.
That's the sad part. Like people don't even hit their animals. Why would you hit a human being like that? That's terrible. And she was asking him, please stop. And he said, right. You think it's okay? Standing over her and all that kind of stuff. And it looked like, and I ain't trying to be funny or nothing, but if he was a football player, why they living? No, what? That's not none of my business.
What? I put that in the article. That
ain't none of my business. That's neither here nor
there. I was like, Chad, so, some of his anger could be because he's, broke, busted, and disgusted. Because I was like, it looked like either not a studio or a 1-bedroom apartment. And I was like, obviously he didn't do his money right
with that refrigerator in the living room. I'm not sure why.
Because when he got bonded out, he had to go to his mama house back in state of Mississippi. He had to go back to his mama's house and stay there. But I was like, it could there's a lot of factors that can go into why people snap and do what they do.
Right.
Well, you know what? Let me take that lie back. Because according to Kristen, he's been abusing her ever since she was pregnant. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Ever since they had their child. So He's just a fucked up individual.
Yeah, he's just.
There's no reasoning behind it.
He's just an abuser, and he definitely needs to seek some type of medical, mental.
That's what they said.
He needs to, because they said if he's that angry, it's not okay to be that angry.
Right. Let me see. It says Stacey will enter an inpatient mental health treatment program. Oh shit! Starting December the 1st.
Oh, so
today is his 4th day. Mm-hmm. And he'll be there for 30 days. So I guess after New Year's, he can get drunk and beat up on another woman.
He better cut it out. Well, you know what? This story is sickening. Just looking at the severity of it, how he just tossed her around and was hitting on her like that. I can't stand it. I cannot stand it. When I was younger, I had to witness some stuff like that with my own family. Yeah. And it just, it's sad to see anybody treating anybody like that, regardless of what she said or did. Maybe she was cheating on him.
Who cares?
Leave her. Don't just come in there and beat her up and throw her around like a rag doll. Don't do that. Just let her go. And, he might be frustrated. His career might have didn't do what it was supposed to do, but none of that is a valid reason why he would do that to anybody.
Right.
I can't get with it. You know what I mean? So yeah, lock him up, but get him some help. If you want to call jail rehabilitation, give him some help, mental help, and then lock his ass up so he can pay for his mistakes. That's right. That's how I feel about it. Because nobody deserves that.
So, but I'm trying to find the other article. Oh, it's been removed. What the hell didn't happen?
No.
I'm trying to find a picture of him, y'all. Y'all, give me 2 shakes of an oxtail.
Well, his picture on the video.
I know. I'm trying to find the video, girl.
Are you talking about the young
the
man?
other guy?
Oh, okay.
Let me see. I don't know where to look for it at. Because I searched on Facebook, they bring up a whole bunch of other bullshit. But anyway, this will be our final thoughts. So we'll go and, we're just going to talk about it. We ain't got to pull up no article or nothing. But there was this other guy that, not another guy. There was this one guy that was on Facebook and was getting abused by his girlfriend at the same time. Mm. He got a whole GoFundMe, and I'm not going to link that in there because that GoFundMe didn't mention the baby.
Right.
It didn't mention him taking care of the child that they have together. But
he just trying to get on his own.
And there was another video where it was like, yeah, this guy's always into fights or whatever. Like I don't know the history of it. I don't know what's going on, but nobody deserves to get thrown around, get punched around, and all this other stuff.
Right. No matter what.
Nobody deserves that. And this other guy is the guy that's on Facebook. I totally forgot his fucking name. But it was just weird. And then people on Facebook like, slap the shit out of her. Like, that's what people on Facebook like, dude, like, do something.
Right.
And he's sitting there like singing a song, and she's like, give me my phone. And
I got 2 things from that video.
What?
I got that the young man is special needs.
You think that's what it is?
Something's going on mentally that's not, the normal what we see. Because the way he was acting, even the way he was looking, everything about him gave me that there's something going on with him mentally that's not quite right. It's not quite
right.
Like it's like people at the mall, but ain't nobody shopping. The mall open, but nobody shopping. You know what I mean? The elevator moving, but ain't nobody riding.
Right. The elevator don't go all the way to the top.
So I really think there's something going on with this man mentally. And I think that he's just looking for sympathy. Maybe he found something in her phone and, she wanted her phone back. And so she started hitting it. Look, I don't want to be the one to make excuses for nobody getting their ass whooped. Right. But at the same time, we don't, like Dre always say, we don't know the whole story. What's the whole story? Yeah. Have you cheated on this woman? Have you put her through some stuff? Have you taken her to a place where she didn't want to be at?
Okay, I found it. I don't find his name, but I did find the video.
I mean, what's the whole story for her to just be putting her hands
I don't know,
on you
but it was saying man abused and
men do get abused. They do.
Yeah,
Men
man abused, and I guess he said that she was cheating on him.
Mm.
A man abused and cheated on the live.
Wow.
I'm not gonna play the audio, but y'all can, watch this while we're talking about it, so y'all can see what we're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's sitting on the bed, and the girl was like, "Give me my phone" or whatever, and he's on Facebook Live, and she's just straight up like just whooping his ass.
Yeah.
Girl, you like right here, it's like she pulling on his nose and shit. I'm gonna see.
And we don't know the whole story.
Yeah,
I got it here. We don't know the whole story, so we don't know exactly what happened between them. But at the same time, I mean, it do look like she's the aggressor. But going from the story that we just saw with the man beating the NFL player who's been training for years to play football and very strong, very big, to looking at this young man who is a $105 soaking wet, and his baby mama look like she got him by 100 pounds.
Right, like we looking at a real Norbit Rasmussen
type of situation here. You know what I mean? But at the same time, just like the previous story, we don't know the full story.
We don't know the full story.
We don't know if this young man has been, a narcissist or abusive. We don't know.
Yeah.
So, but he still didn't deserve that, just like the previous story.
Yeah.
Nobody deserves to get beat on like that. But I do feel like he should have tucked her ass up, got up under her arms, and held her tight against his little bird chest, or until he was able to get her to stop.
Even dangle a Twinkie.
Something. Ride through KFC and see what the special is.
Right.
And bring it back.
Especially if it was Monday, Tuesday. They should do a 2-piece or to do a chicken fried steak.
Calm her ass down.
Right.
She's hungry.
And then,
let me tell you right now, she's hungry. It's the 3 H's. She's either hungry, horny, or hurt.
Right.
It's the 3 H. It's one of those.
Right.
It's one of them.
And sometimes those can be combined.
All together.
Hangry. I don't know. He should cause there's been times where I had when I left this, I was in a relationship and I left. The way I left in the middle of the night. I pulled a full blown Tina Turner. I grabbed my kids, which is my dogs,
right,
and packed everything in the car.
Let's go, y'all.
Right, let's go.
Put your shoes on.
Right.
Come on, get on. Don't say nothing.
Right, but I didn't call my mom.
Right, Mama, we at the bus station.
Right.
Let me stop.
Yeah, put a rest in there. But yeah, I didn't call my mom and find out, my ex had, buy my mama a house.
Right.
No, it wasn't that type of situation.
Ike, you know about your house? Let me leave Tina alone. That's my I love Tina.
I love that movie. But that's how I left. Because it was a situation I was like, you know what? I can't be part of this no more. I packed all my stuff up one night and just left. And, he called me the next day and was like, where'd you go?
Shit.
I didn't answer the phone.
Right.
Right now, don't worry about it. I'm gone. Just know that. Right. Love don't live here anymore.
Okay. But yeah, in both situations, they both need to get, the young lady and
Kristen and this young guy.
Yeah, they need to get away from those toxic relationships.
Right.
It's not okay to get beat on. Because I wish a motherfucker would.
Right. And then, the conversation does bring up why didn't you leave? And even though that's an asshole kind of question, but still at the same time it's like, if you knew you didn't want to be abused, just leave.
I know, but if you think about your past relationships and you think about the people that you were dealing with, how many times did you say, well, it might get better, it ain't gonna always be like the last relationship that you exactly, and that might be that one for them, where it's like, oh well, I made her mad or I made him mad.
But see, I've never been in an abusive,
not a physical,
domestic,
not a physical abuse,
not even emotional,
mental.
But that was on my part.
So you was abusing somebody mentally?
No.
You need your ass.
No, it was I was letting someone, because I don't never see myself as a victim, but it was me going along for the ride. And then be like, and I have those thoughts, it'll get better or whatever, but when the stuff is bad, I was like, okay, yeah, it's time for me to go.
Yeah.
Like I will always like in any situation, job or relationship, I start plotting when to leave before.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Make it up in your mind. Yeah.
Like, I'm finna leave. I'm gonna sit here for a minute.
Right.
But I'm finna leave.
So you do give a warning, like, hey.
Oh no, I don't even give them a warning.
No warning.
No. Like, because the dude was shocked as hell that I left. He was like, wait a minute, where'd you go? Blocked him and everything. Yeah, no, I'm gone.
I give a warning. I give a 3-second warning. Say, if you don't get it together, I'm gone. Then be gone. No, I'm playing. But I've come to the point in my life where I do the whole sit down. We got to talk. I go over it in my head. I talk in the mirror for an hour before you get home, whatever. But I give warnings. I give multiple warnings before I actually do it.
When the folks at church like, one of these days you'll look up and I'll be gone. That's the
day you look up.
Yeah, you look up and I was. Where did he go?
Right. Where's the ice trays? You took the batteries out the Roku remote. I can't even watch Netflix. Well, download it on your phone.
Right, I didn't change my passwords. You can't.
Right.
You ain't got no access to my HBO Max.
You ain't got no toothpaste. You ain't got no toilet paper.
You ain't got no back to your earrings.
Right. You ain't even got no broom. You just got the stick. The stick just hanging out the side of the refrigerator. What happened to the
broom? No, I'll leave the broom part, so you got to bend over to sweep.
That's the petty part. That's the petty part. Yes. That's the petty part.
But hopefully these people get in better situations. We finna to go because I got to go to work and I'm already running late.
Well, thank y'all so much for tuning in.
Right. Don't subscribe. Don't like. Don't share. Don't leave a comment under there. We'll just see y'all next week. Which, by the way, after New Year's, I don't know what New Year's Eve. I don't know where New Year's is.
Let me look at it right quick while you're seeing what you're saying.
But this month is our last month.
New Year's is on a Saturday.
It's on a Saturday?
Yeah.
New Year's Eve?
New Year's Eve is on a Friday.
New Year's Day is
on a Saturday. So it'll be the 2nd.
The 2nd?
Yeah.
January the 2nd is our last day. We're going on a break.
Yeah.
And then we're going to come back with some good shit. Because I wanted to come back on our anniversary, which is March.
Mm-hmm.
Do we want to take 2-3 months off? Yeah, we're gonna take January and February, and maybe a week or two of March off. Come back on our anniversary with some new stuff. I'm still gonna be, uploaded on the website and that shit. But as far as like actually doing the show, we're gonna take a break, just like all shows. Mm-hmm. We're gonna take a break, and then we're gonna come back on our anniversary, and then just wreck shop.
You heard me? Boom, boom, boom.
Right. So enjoy us.
While you got it.
Right, while you got us. I want to do a mukbang next week. We're going to do one next week.
Look out for the mukbang.
Yeah, because people are always like, why come y'all ain't on camera? We're going to be on camera next week. We're going to do a mukbang next week.
And send us what kind of food y'all want us to eat so we can make sure we're doing a mukbang so y'all like it.
Right. And then we'll see y'all next week. So, toodaloo, motherfuckers.
It won't last. Look.
That's because I already did my 10,000 steps today.
Told you so.
Screw you, son. I'm going home.
Today's segment is pretty much talking about pick a struggle.
You'll pick a struggle.
You have to pick a struggle.
Gotta pick a struggle, bruh.
You need to pick the goddamn struggle.
You have more than 2 struggles. If you have 3, then that's it. It is over for you. You have to pick